From magical shields to tips about fish and swimming, every culture has its own unique collection of myths and advice. Some might sound outlandish, others incredibly ordinary. But surprisingly, every so often, there's more to these stories than meets the eye. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 common myths that are shockingly true. 25. Late night eating and weight gain. Have you ever heard that eating late at night makes you pack on the pounds? Well, as it turns out, there's some truth to it. You see, late night snacking messes with your hunger signals, making you crave way more food than you need. It's like your body's inner food monster wakes up, demanding chips and cookies instead of, something healthy. Plus, let's be real, those late night cravings never really involve carrot sticks. 24. Spicy foods and weight loss. Does spicy food help you burn away the pounds? Yeah, it does. Capsaicin, that's the stuff in chili peppers that sets your mouth on fire, could be a secret weapon in your weight loss battle as it amps up your metabolism and even helps your body break down fat. Some studies also suggest it could slightly curb your appetite, basically telling those late night cookie cravings to take a hike. Now, don't expect any miracles. A plate of spicy wings won't magically melt away the pounds, but hey, every little bit helps, right? 23. The Milky Seas. For centuries, sailors' reports of oceans glowing in eerie, milky white were scoffed at as a myth. But science says they were right. In 2009, researchers uncovered massive blooms of bioluminescent plankton that emit a compound that turns seawater milky. This discovery confirmed the Milky Seas are real and suggests they may be more widespread than ever imagined, with sightings in the Mediterranean, Black, and North Seas. What is a pirate's favorite letter? You might think it'd be R, but a pirate can never give up his love for the sea. 22. The Star of Korea. One ancient Korean myth told the story of a mysterious star that brought good fortune to the land. The celestial wonder remained elusive despite extensive research, and everyone believed that it was nothing more than a Korean legend. That is until 2019, when researchers delving into historical records made a stunning connection. The star was likely a supernova, a massive stellar explosion. Armed with the new theory, astronomers confirmed the extraordinary discovery, identifying the event as SN 185, a supernova 3,000 light-years from Earth. 21. The truth about male lactation. Male lactation might seem like a bizarre impossibility, a tale spun from pure fiction. And yet, it's surprisingly possible. While rare, male lactation can occur and usually signals an underlying medical condition. It can be caused by hormonal imbalances, tumors, hypothyroidism, or even certain medications. So, if a man experiences sudden or unexpected lactation, he should seek medical guidance right away to determine the cause. 20. The Witch's Market. Witches? Magic potions? That's all fairy tales and myths, right? Wrong. Believe it or not, there's a place where people can buy some seriously unusual ingredients for real-life rituals. The Togo Voodoo Market can be found in Lome, Togo. Here, instead of apples and milk, you'll find shelves overflowing with monkey skulls, dried bat wings, and mysterious elixirs. It's a place where practitioners of voodoo, a fascinating and deeply rooted religion in West Africa, stock up on essential supplies and is a glimpse into the world most of us never see. 19. St. Francis of Assisi's bread sack. In 1224, a group of starving friars, followers of St. Francis of Assisi, were miraculously saved by a sack of bread that appeared out of nowhere. They attributed this act of kindness to St. Francis himself, and it became the stuff of legend. For centuries, the story was considered a heartwarming myth, nothing more. But scientists recently uncovered a piece of the actual bread sack and confirmed that it was not only from the right era, but also contained traces of ergosterol, a substance linked to bread making. Of course, how it got there is still a mystery, one that, as scientists admit, is more about what you believe than hard facts. 18. The Viking Sunstones and Ancient Navigation. For centuries, tales of Viking sunstones, mysterious crystals used to find the sun even on cloudy days, seemed ridiculous. The idea of guiding massive longships with a seemingly magical stone just sounded too fantastical to be true. Then, scientists discovered a natural occurring crystal capable of depolarizing light. By rotating this stone and observing the filtered light, as described in some ancient tales, the sun's position can be determined, even under heavy cloud cover, suggesting that those legendary tools of navigation might have existed after all. 17. Mountain gorillas. Mountain gorillas were believed to be mythical creatures until very recently, the early 1900s. Despite local legends, the animals were hidden from Western science because of their remote habitat and shy nature. And maybe they should have stayed that way. Today, mountain gorillas have joined the endangered list next to giant pandas, tigers, and black rhinos, and only about 1,000 individuals remain in the wild. There are ongoing conservation efforts to protect these gentle giants and their habitat. 16. Rat kings. The idea of a rat king, a wriggling mass of rodents with hopelessly entangled tails, sounds like the stuff of nightmares. For years, most of us believed it was nothing more than a disturbing myth, a grotesque impossibility. And yet, rat kings are real. Specimens have been found throughout history, the most astonishing containing a staggering 32 rats. Even in modern times, discoveries like the 16-rat king found in 2005 prove that nature, in its strangest moments, can be weirder than our wildest imaginations. 15. Death by dress. Traditional folklore around the world is full of tales of death dresses, beautiful garments with a lethal curse. The story of Medea, who sends a poisoned dress to her ex-lover's new bride, is a classic example. And strangely enough, during the 1800s, a vibrant green dye called Scheele's green, made with arsenic, became a fashion obsession. The beautiful green dresses made with this dye hid a deadly secret. It caused horrific suffering and even death to anyone who came into contact with them. 14. The Cropsey Boogeyman. Every town has its boogeyman, a figure of childhood terror. On Staten Island, that name was Cropsey. In the stories, he was always the deranged escapee from the asylum, lurking in the shadows, preying on children. Some even said that he had a hook for a hand. But the legend of Cropsey took a dark turn when several children disappeared. In a twist stranger than fiction, Andre Rand, a man with ties to the abandoned Willowbrook institution, became the focus of the investigation. And even though police could never prove that he was responsible, Rand has remained a prime suspect in the disappearances. 13. Trees explode when they get struck by lightning. The idea of a tree exploding from a lightning strike sounds unbelievable. After all, we usually see them split or catch fire, but not completely obliterate. Surprisingly though, it's very real. When lightning strikes a tree, the intense surge of electricity can superheat the water inside, turning it into steam in a flash. The resulting pressure can literally blow the tree into a million pieces from the inside out. 12. The Amazon Warriors. We all know the legends of the Amazons, but were they just a story? For ages, powerful female warriors seemed like pure fantasy. But incredibly, archaeologists have found proof. Nomadic tribes across the Eurasian steppe include women who were expert fighters, hunters, and horsewomen. These ladies did not take a back seat, but played an active part in shaping their tribe's lives, leaving their mark on history. 11. The Nemi Ships. Historical accounts of ancient Rome first mention the presence of massive Roman ships. However, historians thought it was an exaggeration. After all, how could the Romans possibly have built ships as large as modern vessels? Then, an astonishing discovery in Italy's Lake Nemi changed everything. Hidden beneath the water were two enormous ships crafted during the Roman Empire. Reaching lengths of over 200 feet, they weren't just ships. They were elaborate floating palaces decorated with lavish ornaments and amenities. The incredible find proved that Roman engineering surpassed all our expectations and that they created ships of astonishing size and luxury. 10. Hot baths cause infertility. The idea that relaxing in hot tubs or taking long hot baths can lead to infertility has been around for a long time. And as it turns out, consistently overheating your body can throw a wrench into sperm production. The testes, where sperm are made, work best at a slightly cooler temperature than the rest of your body. When they get too hot, those little swimmers can slow down, change shape, or even decrease in overall number. So, if you're trying to conceive, it might be wise to take a cooler bath or shower for a while. 9. Baby boys have more difficult births. That whole tough pregnancy means it's a boy thing? Yep, so much more than just an old wives' tale. Recent studies analyzed huge numbers of births, and shockingly, baby boys do seem slightly more likely to cause pregnancy complications. We're still not exactly sure why, but it seems that boys simply prefer to enter the world with a bang and not a whimper. 8. The City of Tenea. Have you ever heard of the ancient lost city of Tenea? Though many believed it was a mythical city like Atlantis, its rumored connection to the Trojan War fascinated historians everywhere, but no archaeological proof existed to confirm its existence. Until recently. In 2018, a stunning discovery near Kiliomodi, Greece revealed the ruins of the lost city. This discovery overturned centuries of skepticism and confirmed Tenea's place in history. Now we just have to find Atlantis. 7. A haunted doll. Do you think haunted dolls are just a horror movie cliche? Think again. The story of Okiku, the doll, blurs the line between myth and scary reality. In 1918, a beloved Japanese doll owned by a girl who died young began to exhibit an impossible phenomenon. Its hair started growing. Scientists verified that it was real human hair, but how it grows remains a creepy mystery. You can still visit the Okiku doll at the Menenji Temple today, if you're brave enough. 6. Studying in the morning will help you to remember better. The idea that studying in the morning leads to better recall sounds like classic advice, but there's science behind it. For most people, memory, focus, and alertness are strongest in the morning hours. So those early birds who love their dawn study sessions aren't just dedicated, their brains are primed to learn. Of course, there are always those night owls who thrive if they study after dark. Ultimately, finding the time that works best for you is key. 5. Exercising after eating will give you a tummy ache. Have you ever been told not to exercise right after a meal because you'll get a stomach ache? When you're digesting a big meal, your body is focused on your gut. Start working out too soon, and your body gets pulled in different directions. This can lead to uncomfortable cramps, bloating, and even nausea. So while it's not a hard and fast rule, giving your stomach some time before hitting the gym can make your workout way more enjoyable. 4. The writing of notes helps you remember better. Writing out your notes when you're studying is important. Research shows that those old-fashioned pen and paper notes are way better for your memory. There's just something about the act of writing things down that helps the information stick in your brain. Want to be extra sure you remember stuff? Well, then crack open those notes during a morning study session. That just might be the path to genius territory. 3. The bread's crust is full of vitamins. Did your mother also tell you to eat the bread's crust because it's got the most nutrients in it? She wasn't entirely wrong. Bread crusts really do contain more nutrients than the soft inside. The baking process causes chemical changes, concentrating things like antioxidants and fiber in the crust. So while the difference isn't enormous, those crispy edges do offer some extra goodness. 2. Eating fish makes you smarter. The idea that eating fish makes you smarter sounds a little fishy, doesn't it? And yet, there's actually a lot of scientific proof behind this claim. Fish is rich in omega-3s, healthy fats that are like rocket fuel for your brain. They can improve focus, memory, and all-around thinking skills. So while fish might not turn you into an overnight genius, it certainly gives your brain a boost. 1. Svalinn, the shield that protects the world. For 2 seconds, imagine a shield so powerful it protects the entire world from the sun's fiery heat. That's the Norse myth of Svalinn, the shield of ice wielded by the god Freyr. For centuries, it was just a story, until an incredible 2018 discovery. Scientists found evidence of a massive ice sheet in the North Atlantic dating back to the era when Norse mythology was born. This begs the question, could this natural phenomenon have inspired the legend of Svalinn? While we may never know for sure, it does seem that the ancient storytellers described the world around them in fantastical terms, proving that sometimes even the wildest myths can have roots in reality. So, what's a common myth you've always believed in? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out our social medias, including my personal ones. Links all in that description below. And if you enjoyed this list, you will love this one here. 25 disproven myths that people still believe in. So, the kind of opposite of this one. These are myths that are true. This is ones that not so much. So check that one out. And I'll see you next time.